Hey guys, Gregory here. Today I have a really simple song for you. It's A Horse With No Name by America. The song has just 2 chords in it and 1 strumming pattern. So let's take a look at it. Let's begin with the chords. And one of the reasons why this is such a beginner-friendly song is because they are just 2 chords. And they are also very easy to change between. So the 2 chords we have in this song are E minor, and the second one has a very intimidating name, but I promise you it's a lot easier to play than it sounds. It's called a D6 add 9 over F sharp. But I'll just call it a D6 from now on because that's a mouthful to say. So let's take a look at the E minor. The E minor starts with the first finger on the 2nd fret 5th string and the middle finger on the 2nd fret 4th string, and we strum all 6 strings for E minor. And now the D6 also always follows the E minor. So to get to the D6 from the E minor, we just move the first finger up to the 6th string on the 2nd fret, and the middle finger goes down to the 3rd string on the same 2nd fret, and we strum all 6. Okay, so that's it. The D6 is the first finger on the 2nd fret 6th string and the middle finger on the 2nd fret 3rd string, and we strum all 6 strings. Now there's another fingering you can use for both of these chords. And that is, instead of using the first and the middle finger, we can use the middle and the 3rd finger. And I'm just giving you this option because maybe some of you may find it better to use the middle finger and the 3rd, or the first and the middle. So let's start over with the middle and the 3rd finger instead for both of these chords. Okay? So the middle, for the E minor, we can use the middle finger instead on the 2nd fret 5th string and the 3rd finger on the 2nd fret 4th string and strum all 6. And then to get to the D6, we just move the middle finger up, still on the 2nd fret, but moving it up to the 6th string, and we can just move the 3rd finger down, physically down to the 3rd string on the same 2nd fret, and strum all 6. So you can use either fingering. You can use the first and the middle finger, or you can use the middle and the 3rd to go between those 2 chords, or you can use a mixture of those 2. The choice is yours. So this song has what we call a shuffle rhythm in it. And the best way for me to explain that rhythm is to play it for you. So I'm going to give you an example, a very basic example of a shuffle rhythm compared to a straight rhythm. So if I were to just play down, up, over and over using a straight rhythm, it would sound like this. Right? That's a straight rhythm. We don't want that for this song. A shuffle rhythm, using the same example, would sound like this. Right? Same movement for both, down, up, but we want that type of galloping shuffle sound. Okay, so if I was to use these same 2 rhythms using the strumming patterns, the strumming pattern for the song rather, it would sound like this. It would sound pretty bland if I just played it in a straight way. So it would sound like this. So that's the strumming pattern of the song in a straight rhythm. We don't want that. If I was to put in the shuffle rhythm now, you'd hear the difference. It sounds like this. Right? There's a type of groove there that really has the song moving forward over and over. Alright? So keep that in mind. That is very important when learning the strumming pattern. So now let me show you how to play the strumming pattern with the right hand. Now the strumming pattern stretches over those 2 chords, the E minor and the D6. So I'll play it for you one more time and then I'll break it up into 2 main parts and explain everything I'm doing. So over the E minor it goes D6. So in terms of the right hand, I'm doing down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, down, up. Okay? So the first part is the part that happens over the E minor. So let's talk about that. Once more, it goes down, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's the first part. Now, what really makes the strumming pattern come alive is the dynamics that we add to it. So I'm not just strumming all the strings all the time in the E minor. I tend to separate the low strings a lot. So on the first down in the strum, I'm just aiming for the lower strings of the E minor, which may be from the 6th to the 4th, about. Okay? And then the two strums that follow, the down, up, we can just hit all the strings. We can aim for most of the strings of the chord. So we have bass, down, up. And then the same thing, the next down that follows is a bass. And then the up, down, up that comes after that, we're just aiming for most of the strings of the chord. So we're really thinking more about where the bass strum comes in. Okay? So we have bass on a down, and then down, up. And then we have bass on the next down, and then we have up, down, up. And then we just, for that up, down, up, we're just aiming for most of the strings. And that's the strumming pattern for the first part, the part that happens over the E minor. So one more time, very slowly. I know I'm saying a lot, but just rewind and listen to me explain that over again if you're not really getting it. So it goes bass, down, up, bass, up, down, up. And that bass strum is a down. So you have bass, down, up, bass, up, down, up. And that's the first half. The second half of the strum, once more, sounds like this. Right? And that is a down, up, mute, up, down, up, down, up. And similar to before, we want some dynamics in this part as well. So maybe the first down, we can do a bass strum. And then strum everything as normal afterwards. So we have a bass, up, mute. Okay? Bass, up, mute. That's how it sounds. Bass, up, mute. And to mute the strings, we're using the side of the palm and just kind of, hitting it against the strings. So we have bass, up, mute, up, down, up, down. Alright, and that's it for the second half. Bass, up, mute, up, down, up, down. Now it's important when we do that mute, we want the string, the pick rather, to fall a bit below. It doesn't have to go as far down as the first string, but we don't want to mute the strings and the pick is above the strings, because the next move after the mute is going to be an up strum. So it's very important that when you mute the strings, let your pick fall, maybe around the fourth string, second string. It must fall below some of the strings, because we need to hit something on the way back up, okay? So that's very important to remember. And that's it for the second half of the strum. Now the strumming pattern in this song is very dynamic. There are a lot of things that's going on there that make it really stand out. It doesn't sound very bland. And to be able to play strumming patterns like these very comfortably, you need to have a really good technique. So what I have for you today is I have a little freebie down in the description. It's going to help you to really work on your right or your strumming hand, and it will help you to become way more expressive naturally in the way that you strum. So visit the link that I have in the description, submit your email, and you'll get that very short lesson in your inbox. So finally, let's just practice it together. I'm going to play it for you a bit slowly over the E minor and the D6, and you can play along with me. Okay? If you're not getting the hang of it, try practicing without the video first and then come back and try it here. So after 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, let's go. So that is it for the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please like, share and subscribe. It'll help me out a lot. But until next time, goodbye.